Morgan. I'm a digital marketing strategist and marketing, business development, anything that has to do with using tools, technology, websites to help people with their business. And I'm here with Shelly Berman Rivera, who is a business coach and strategist, and she's helped countless, I don't know, she probably has a number on it now, but in the hundreds of, or maybe thousands, go up higher.
Yeah, just a little bit over 1,000. But who's
Okay.
counting?
And you actually have a book on Amazon with case studies of many of your clients that you've worked with, helping small business owners get a strategy for and a plan and execute that plan with the right messaging. So can you maybe say a little bit about what you do, Shelly?
Yep, my name is Shelly Berman Rivera. I'm based in a suburb of Boston. I'm a business coach and strategist with a great passion for small business, since really it's what I've been doing more than almost all my whole life. I do have a book on Amazon. It's 100 Tips to Small Business Results, and it is real life case studies. It's actually a workbook, and gives you the opportunity to earn free consultation with me. And coming out with a new one too. So nice. I'm busy during this horrible pandemic. I'm keeping productive. And that's actually what we want to talk about today.
Exactly. Yeah, we actually did a video earlier this week, and that's part one. It's called Productivity in a Shutdown World, achieving that online and virtual business success. And we just want to expand on what we talked about last time, because last time we gave people a very practical checklist, what they need to do right now if they have a business or a website or they're entrepreneurs, anyone who has any type of project and has people, clients and partners and others that they need to communicate with about this whole pandemic and what's going on with your products and services. There's a very specific checklist. It's very practical what they need to do right now. So that's in the last video. I'm going to put a link below for part one, and you can get the checklist by emailing us. But today, Shelly, I just want to talk about the infographic that you created about how people can structure their day, because it's not just for small business owners and entrepreneurs. It's pretty much everyone now has to adapt to the new virtual reality that we're living in.
That's true, and I'll put it up in 1 second. So what's ended up happening is you and I have both been working virtually for a long time.
Yes.
And while I had other businesses where I was out networking and delivering talks, the bulk of my business ended up being out of my office. And as time got busier, people would say, you know what, I don't want to take the drive in. Can we just meet on Zoom? So it kind of morphed this way anyway. So when this whole crisis hit, for me and for you, it was more of the norm. I'm sure for many people, it was more of the norm. But we know that this is not really normal. We know this is very far from business as normal. And so I immediately went into my creative brain and wrote this article, Productivity in a Shutdown World. And it's actually a blog. It's in a blog on my website, Small Bus Results, so you can read the entirety there. But then I made this infographic. And the reality is we have to structure our day to be productive and working out of the home. It's not easy. It's just people talk to me all the time. Oh my gosh, the kids are here. I'm distracted. I'm hungry. There's a load of laundry to do, or I don't feel like working. And so it really requires 3 key things, and they are optimism. We have to stay positive. We cannot allow the gloom, the doom, the worry to take over our day, because we can't be productive. It requires being tremendously resilient and really understanding what are the things that could make a difference for your company and for people around you. And that's what, discipline. People say to me, how do you get this done? And I say discipline. Absolute, as if I was my own best parent, discipline. And so with that, do I need to make this a little bigger?
Yes, please. Yeah. Well, while you magnify that, I just wanted to mention about internal and external motivation, because we're really trained in the educational system and in the corporate world to be externally motivated by teachers and managers. And entrepreneurs already know that the secret to success is really to become internally motivated, to be able to structure your own day, to be able to have discipline and be task oriented to a certain extent, to get things done by yourself without someone else breathing down your neck. So this is an opportunity while we're in the shutdown world to develop those skills and to learn about the tools that enable you to do that in a way that is actually, there's freedom in discipline. People perceive discipline as some type of burden. It's not. What you feel so good. You get dopamine hits in your brain when you get things done. So when you procrastinate, that actually causes, depression and low energy.
Right. I love the point you just made, because people come to me all the time and they say to me, Shelley, I need you to motivate me. And I think to myself, well, the fact is that there's internal motivation and there's external motivation. I could see someone walking down the street in this fit body and looking great in her jeans, and I could think to myself, I want to look like that. That's external motivation. I see a car I love. I want that. That's externally motivated. But that internal motivation, that fire that gets lit within ourselves that says, I want this, and here's what it's going to take to get it. I want this, is your internal motivation. And wanting it more than anything is literally the fire that gives you these benchmarks of how to manage a day. So I love internal motivation.
Let's get right into the infographic. And if you guys want, at the end of the video, just email us. We'll send you a bigger version that's easier to see. So yeah, what's the first step?
So, other than people that, when I had children, I used to think, I do have children, but they're grown adults now. So, but when my kids were little, you'd wake up, breakfast, and like the day, you just felt like you got up, you were gone, like shot out of a cannon, and never stopped until you hit the bed at night. But now that I have a little bit more freedom as an entrepreneur, I reserve that first part of the day. Get up slowly, whether you have coffee or tea or hot water with lemon, just have it. Take the hour, half hour, it's yours. The time to just be present with yourself, present with the universe. Whether you meditate, I have a discipline of reading. I always have a little benchmark of how much I'm going to get read, because the day might go by. I don't want to lose the habit of reading. Off the screen, off technology, but the first hour to just really kind of become one with the world and get energized. I really believe the second thing is exercising. I was a personal trainer for 23 years, one of the first trainers on the East Coast. And prior to that, a dancer. And the only time I've ever been injured or ill is from sitting at this darn chair and in this computer. And I've worked with you, Sean. I've seen you back-to-back clients, 8 hours. At the end of the day, you're like, oh, God, I got to get out of this chair. And so I can't believe I've even been guilty of this, but we must move. Set the timer on your clock. Set a timer, an hourglass, whatever. But we have to get up and move, get the blood moving, stretch your spine, go external from being internal before we actually become the shape of a chair and a computer. And it feeds our brain. So I believe, and you know what? I'm lucky enough, because I was a trainer, to have gym equipment in my house. I've never been more grateful for that, ever. But you don't need all that to be able to get on the floor and roll around and move your body, or go put a jacket on and go for a walk, depending on where you live.
Absolutely. Anthony Robbins says that you're basically priming yourself to have more energy throughout the day when you do this. And Sir Richard Branson says that probably the one thing, if he could choose out of the millions of things that could improve productivity, he would choose exercise.
Right, because energy begets energy. And if you don't move, you're stagnant, period. The next thing that I believe is important, even though this is a time in this whole process where, I don't have to get dressed up for work, but I have a discipline and a belief that once I'm done exercising, I shower. If you wear makeup, put it on. I put makeup on. This is not about the UPS guy. This is not about anybody coming in the door. it's really about how I want to see myself, and it's about my own self-respect. And I don't want to walk by the mirror and look like I'm, I don't know, disheveled or a mess. It's very important to me. So the thing is about getting dressed and cleaned up is that you're going to work. You have to act as if you're going to work, because you know what? You are. And I think like just staying too casual or not put together just gives you the feeling of not being disciplined.
Yeah, it's maybe at an unconscious level, it affects you so much. I can vouch for this, being a remote worker for the last half a decade, that it makes you feel completely different whenever you put on a nice outfit, when you do your hair and all the things that make you look better.
Yeah, and I don't want my son or my, I just, it's a personal vanity thing. I want to be clean and put together and feel like I'm ready for the day. The next thing that I think is really important is to identify the 3 to 5, no more than 5, high-level activities that you want to focus on for the next 3 or 4 hours till noon. What are those 3 high-level? So in the normal world, it would be getting my client work done, right? That's most important. They paid me. I've got to know that I'm going to get A, B, C done in a timely fashion. There's always a tremendous amount of other things to do. We wanted to suggest to you, our audience, that one of your high-level activities for right now is to make sure that you claim some of the government money that's available to you to focus on your business right now. You have the opportunity to have more money coming in than many of us actually make in a month because of the benefits. Do you want to talk to that, Sean, and what happened with you and I yesterday?
Sure. Yeah, this is a good case study that I knew that there was money available for independent contractors, freelancers, gig workers, business owners, and sole proprietors. Yes. So I knew that was available. The bill just passed, so it's only been a couple of days. And yet I hadn't taken action yet. I was waiting for it to be in the headlines a couple more times. But Shelly kind of just said, hey, now's the time, because some of this money is actually limited. It's a first come, first serve. You probably should take care of it. So at the end of the call, I wrote it down. That's the key, task management. One of the tools I use for task management is Asana. You can organize things according to project. You can set reminders. You can collaborate. It's an amazing free tool. So that's Asana. I'll put that in the description below.
Right, and so sometimes we just need someone else to give us a reminder, but then it's all about taking action. Can't let these things sit tight. So 3 to 5 high levels, multitasking doesn't work. I like to say I owe Sean ABC. I'm going to work on the Sean stuff 1 hour. What's next? 1 hour. So I don't jump around. I don't answer emails. I stay very focused on the task at hand. But I also wrap up that period of time before lunch, which could be, 12:1, when I'm going to take a break. And what I do is I then go back and check all the emails, check my phone, what needs to be taken care of before I take a break. I then believe it's really important to eat. Obviously, I'm not teaching nutrition right now, but hydration, good food, protein, and no technology. I like to sit down and have a good lunch, and I do like to read, so I may look at a magazine, not talk to anybody, but I don't believe that looking at our phone through lunch is productive. Mm-hmm. Our brain, our eyes need a break.
And one thing I'll mention real quick is that you're actually planning downtime. This is something that people who, like, for example, my wife, she worked for a corporation for 9 years. Every day they planned everything for her. When she became a mother, she did not know how to plan, let's say, taking a nap that she really, really needs because she didn't get good sleep the night before. She didn't know how to set aside the time and commit to resting or doing a certain downtime activity like walking, exercise, stretching, yoga, meditation, reading. So that's something that we all need to learn to adapt to in our day, when we structure our day, to plan the downtime.
And you know what, Sean? Often people that aren't at home just think they'll go into Starbucks or their coffee shop, grab a sandwich, grab a salad, grab a coffee. So being home does require a high-level activity. Could be making sure that you have the food in your house that you need to go make a simple lunch. And I can't believe people around me are like, what do you do if you can't run out and get your sandwich or your salad? I'm like, make one. It's in your house. So, but I'm not putting anybody down, because this requires, again, planning and discipline to make sure you have what you need to take care of yourself.
And some people like to, in general, I know we're in a shutdown world, but some people like to go to a cafe or a co-working space, and they feel more productive when they're in a dedicated space.
And that's one of the reasons Zoom is good too. If you don't want to be alone, get 4 people on the Zoom call and work together. Then after lunch, I like to go back. Think it's important to move during lunch, even if it's walking around your house or the block. The weather's going to get better. We're here in Boston. It's pretty gray today. Oh, you're in Spain, so I don't know what the weather's doing there, but...
yeah, I'm in Brazil.
You're you're in Brazil, yeah. And so what's the weather there?
Perfect, year round.
Perfect. All right, well then you go for a walk. I'm not going out today. And then the afternoon, you do the same thing. You go back, get your high-level activities. Either you pick up from where you left off, or you pick 3 more. And I have found, because I do believe that if you're in business, you're in sales, I have found between 3:30 and 4:30 the optimal time to make phone calls. Other people are winding down their day. They have more flexibility to answer the phone. I make sales calls for some of my clients, and obviously for myself, but that 3:30 to 4:30 time is not only a great time to connect, but if people are busy, I can say to them, well, if you don't want to talk today, can we set a time for tomorrow? At least it's a great time to connect with people and follow up with emails.
And that's a great point. People that were never available before the shutdown, all of a sudden they have time. So if you were trying to hunt down a client or a partner pre-shutdown, now's a good time just to connect with them, build the relationship more, find out about their needs, and actually get a hold of them and have a good talk.
Right, a little off the topic of productivity, I feel that we are in such an onslaught of free and programs and everybody trying to make their offer online, that one marketing technique, this is a great time to call people that either are working with the same client, or friends that maybe, but sharing marketing lists and doing some co-initiatives like you and I are is just really a very productive thing to do today.
Yeah, that's a good thing for people to put on their high-level tasks for tomorrow, which is identify some potential partners to contact. Correct.
I totally agree. My last point here was, before closing your day, make sure you organize your list for tomorrow, identify your 3 to 5 high levels, and make sure that after work you have a good dinner, you relax, try to find somebody. If there's nobody in your house to laugh with, get on the phone and call someone to laugh with. But laughing is a huge productive tool. And stay positive. Just stay positive.
Yeah, I think that this is a good example, this infographic, this structure of balancing taking care of yourself and getting things done. It's not one or the other. People often think that it's either focus on all of the things you need to do and then just do whatever you need to do, just recover afterwards. But if you actually take care of yourself, you're going to have more energy so you can do more.
And I think there's one more point that I totally agree with you. There's one more point that I want to make. If you're not used to working at home, it's really important to try to find a space that you can call your workspace. I have an office. It's designated. The IRS could come in here tomorrow and they're going to say, yep, that's her workspace. But find a place where you can set up a desk, where you can have your books, you can have your pens, your pencils, your charger. But otherwise, there's kind of a boundary issue where you don't really know what's my personal life, what's my business life. I was just saying to you that I work so much that it's hard for me to, I literally need to leave my computer in the other room. Otherwise, I'm just geared to doing something on it. Now's a great time. Be productive.
Now's the time. If you guys have a checklist from part 1, if you don't, just request it now. So you get a checklist, and you get a structure for your day, and you get the links to apply for free money. Just email Shelly. We're going to put the email address below, shelly@smallbusresults.com.
Any last words for us?
Just thank you so much, Shelly, for coaching me on my journey and helping me, get the most out of my own skill set and abilities, and partnering with me, and I've learned so much from you, because you're a strategist, you're a coach, and so thank you for helping me and my clients.
And Sean, thank you. I've admitted this before. My business heart says we have to do video, we have to be seen and heard, and I'm just thrilled to be able to have the opportunity to share with you our knowledge, our synergy, and most important for you and I to try to help people. It means a lot to me.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shelly. Let's tell people about the video interview marketing in the next video, maybe, so they can learn all about how they can use video in their business.
Yeah, that's one of our big initiatives. Sean and I, we have a great product coming out, interview video marketing, and we can create interviews just like this for your marketing. So stay tuned for our next interview.
Great. Thank you, Shelly. Talk to you next time.
Have a great rest of the day.
You too.
Thank you.